Hello, this is a short video to compare two pedals by Morley. So we have got the original Tremonti Wah. So it's the optical design here, and with a wah boost, so it's a good solo boost. And the short-lived M2 version, which is electro-optical switching, but it's at the pot is a traditional pot pulled by a cable here. So this is a little video to compare the two. So I've got both versions of the pedal. I've got the original Tremonti on the left and the M2 Tremonti on the right. So let's compare the two. So I've got the boost turned off there on there too, and I've got a bare knuckle nail bomb I'm playing in the bridge. So let's start here. Now let's hear that one again. Okay, to my ears, that one definitely sounds noticeably darker than that one. In fact, that one's slightly high pitched. Well, to basically put it more creatively, well, the wah sounds more like a wah wah, whereas this one sounds more like a wow wow, like a cattle, I suppose. Right, let's try it with the boost. So we'll set this at 12 o'clock. And this one's got the foot switchable boost here. So let's try that. Okay, that's the test riff. Right, no fancy guitar playing here, but I think that adequately demonstrates that those two are completely different pedals. So my conclusion, these guys sound nothing alike, despite the fact they both carry Mark Tremonti's name, and the guitarist himself had a very specific, he had a very specific sound in mind for it. In fact, this is the original here. And he specifically said he wanted to dial out the high-end frequencies that hurt his ears when at the high end. So if you're a fan of Mark Tremonti and you want to replicate his sound, definitely get this one. Yeah, the M2 on the other hand, well, it's a nice pedal in its own right, but not as a Tremonti signature model, no. So yeah, this is the one that's that's got a traditional pot as well as the optical, switching. Although I do like the fact you can actually switch it on and off. Switch the boost on and off that way. That's actually kind of cool. And you can, so you don't have to keep setting it every time you turn it on. So you can just, okay, have it at the level you want and then just switch it on and off. Yeah, that's a positive. That's one positive about this pedal that I like. I like the sound. It does sound more like a traditional Crybaby sound. So whereas the Mark Tremonti model here sounds like a wow, wow, wow. Whereas this one sounds more like a wow, wow. Yeah, definitely higher pitched and definitely not the... Definitely doesn't sound like the kind of pedal that Mark would use. So I contacted Morley, actually, to ask why two very different sounding pedals carry his name despite that. And his response was the potentiometer and the optical design. Well, the potentiometers have a certain tonality to them, so it was difficult to get Mark's sound out of that one. And he didn't seem to be very positive about the M2 range because it was a very short-lived experiment to compete with Jim Dunlop and Vox. Yeah, that was... And apparently it wasn't very successful because the pots kept, have a higher failure rate than their optical brothers. So they discontinued them altogether. No, I just happened to find that one on eBay for a good price, and yeah, I was actually quite surprised when I picked up that even more recently and found they sound nothing alike. So, the M2 version, if you come across one on eBay, would I recommend it? If you're a fan of Mark Tremonti, no. If you like the traditional Crybaby sound, but like the spring-loaded feel of a Morley pedal, then yes, I might recommend it. I would recommend it. I mean, although some purists might say, oh, if you want to sound like a Crybaby, then get a Crybaby. Yep, that would be a fair enough thing. But yeah, it's a decent pedal in its own right. It just doesn't deserve to have Mark Tremonti's name, considering all that crap. So I just dug out the box for the M2. So let's have a look at it. Well, the picture of Mark Tremonti there, I don't know if you can see there, but that is clearly the M2 he's holding, so it must be an endorsement thing, or they photoshopped it. I mean, in that picture, I don't know if it's just me, or he looks a bit younger than... Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, like, this range was released in 2016, I think. And in that picture, I'm not sure you can see here, that looks like Mark Tremonti from his younger years, possibly from Creed. Possibly from the Creed days. He just looks a bit too young for that picture to add up. Yeah, that's just me. So, optical switching and potentiometer, based Wah to set to Mark's specifications. Let me emphasize right here, it says set to Mark's specifications. Right. Okay, the M2 is pop-based and it has a different tonality to the Morley optical pedals that they're known for. And they're two very different sounding pedals. So that is false advertising in my book. To call it the Tremonti signature model when it sounds nothing like his signature model? No. Yeah, I got the Morley, I've got the optical one, and I love it. But I also like the M2 as well. Yeah, just for different reasons. But yeah, if you want to be strictly purist traditional, then I'd go with a Crybaby. Yeah. And if you're a fan of Tremonti, I'd steer clear of this one here. Okay, thanks for watching.